We are responsible for wars due to our aggressiveness, nationalism, selfishness, gods, prejudices, and ideals which divide us. And only when we realize, not intellectually but actually, as we would recognize hunger or pain, that you and I are responsible for this chaos, for the misery in the world, because we contribute to it daily with wars, divisions, brutality, and greed, only then will we act. But what can we do to create a different society? Is there anything to be done? People have told us. Spiritual leaders, who are supposed to understand these things better than we do, have tried to twist and mold us into a new pattern, and that hasn't led us far. Learned men have told us, and that has led us nowhere. We have been told all paths lead to truth. As a Hindu, as a Christian, and as a Muslim, they all meet at the same door, which is absurd. Truth has no path, and that is the beauty of truth. It is living. A dead thing has a path to it because it is static. But when you see that truth is something living, moving, which has no resting place, which is in no temple, mosque, or church, which no religion, no teacher, no philosopher can lead you to, then you will see that this living thing is what you are. Your anger, your brutality, your violence, your despair, the agony and sorrow you live in. In understanding, there is truth, and you can see it only if you look at your life. You cannot see through ideology, through screens of words, hopes, and fears. You cannot depend on anybody. There is no guide, no teacher, no authority. There is only you, your relationship with others, the world, and nothing else. When you realize this, it either brings great despair, or in facing the fact that you are responsible, what you feel, how you act, all self-pity goes. Normally, we thrive on blaming others. Can you and I bring about in ourselves, without any outside influence, without any fear of punishment, a total revolution, a psychological mutation, so we are no longer brutal, violent, competitive, anxious, fearful, greedy, envious? Understand that I'm not formulating any philosophy. It seems to me that all ideologies are idiotic. What is important is not a philosophy of life, but to observe what is actually taking place in our daily life. If you observe closely, you will see it is based on an intellectual conception, and the intellect is not the whole field of existence. It is a fragment. However cleverly put together, it is still just a small part of existence. We must deal with the totality of life. When we look at the world, we see no outer and inner process, only one unitary process, a whole total movement, the inner expressing as the outer and the outer reacting on the inner. To be able to look at this seems to me all that is needed, because if we know how to look, then the whole thing becomes very clear, and to look needs no philosophy, no teacher. You just look. Can you then, seeing this whole picture, transform yourself? That is the real issue. Can we bring about a complete and profound revolution in the psyche and mind?